Hello friends, this is Lakhan Sharma. Welcome to IndCareer. We are looking at the alternate sources of energy. In the previous video, we have already seen how we can extract the energy from the solar and how we can use the solar energy to convert into electrical energy, as well as to use the solar energy into various fields like cooking the food in solar cookers and heating the water in solar furnaces and solar water heating devices. So we are looking at the alternate sources of energy, and this is our second topic, which we have the energy extracted from the sea or the ocean. What are the different forms of energy that we have in the water of the oceans? So let's say and enlist the energies that we have in the water of the sea. First of all, we have the wave energy of the water. Second, we have the tidal energy of the water, tidal energy. And third one we have is ocean's thermal energy, ocean thermal energy. So these are the three energies, or we can say the three form of energies which we can extract from the sea or any ocean. Now let's talk about little bit about the wave energy as well as tidal energy, and then the ocean thermal energy. What is wave energy? High wind blows are around the seas and the oceans. Due to this high blows of the wind, the water moves in the sea in form of waves, and that flow of water is called waves. So the wave energy of water is due to the flow of the wind near the sea areas or the ocean areas. Tidal energy of the water is due to the gravitational force exerted by the moon, and to some extent, up to some extent, due to sun also. So tides are caused in an ocean or in an ocean due to the gravitational force of attraction exerted by the moon, and the wave in an ocean or a sea is due to the flow of air in the surface of the ocean. And third one is the thermal energy of the ocean, and this thermal energy is nothing but a temperature difference of the water levels. At the higher at higher level of the water, the temperature will be higher, and in the lower level the temperature of the water will be very less as compared to the top layer of the ocean. So that temperature difference is actually thermal energy of the ocean. But in this video we are going to learn about how we can utilize the wave energy of sea and the tidal energy of the sea. And in the next video we will learn how we can utilize the thermal energy of the ocean. So let's talk about in detail about the wave energy. As I already said, why waves are there in the sea? So the waves in the sea is due to the flow of air in the surface of the ocean or the sea. So mostly this wave energy, or you can see these waves near the coastal areas, where the waves are coming continuously one by one in the form, the waters are coming near the coastal areas in the form of waves. So this waves has so much amount of kinetic energy. Can we utilize that kinetic energy of the waves, that water having in the form of waves? So utilizing that kinetic energy of the waves is called the wave energy, and what we are going to do is utilizing that kinetic energy of water to rotate the turbine. If we simply install a turbine where the waves are coming largely, the high waves are coming at the such places where high altitude waves are coming, can we install a turbine in which so many number of blades will be there, and that blades will be forced by the water of waves in the sea, and which causes the rotation of this turbine wheel. And as the turbine rotates, whenever the high waves will come and will interact with this wheel will be rotated in the direction, in some direction, either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction, and due to the rotation of this wheel, the turbine wheel, we can connect a generator with a turbine's shaft, and when the generator rotates, the electricity can be produced. So this is a very simplest phenomena of utilizing the wave energy of water in the sea or in any ocean. So due to the high kinetic energy of the water in the waves, we can utilize that high kinetic energy of the water to rotate the turbine wheels, and the turbine, as the turbine rotates, the generator rotates, and when the generator rotates, there will be a production of electricity. So this is the ekdam simplest phenomena of utilizing the wave energy, but there is advantages and disadvantages also. Advantage is that we can utilize the renewable source of energy. The waves in the sea will never stop. So it is a renewable form of energy. Each and every second we are getting a new wave from the sea in the coastal areas. But we cannot utilize this concept everywhere. Only that places that consist, or they may have a larger quantities of wave, high quantities of wave, so that the kinetic energy of water is enough to rotate the turbine wheel, and where the continuous waves are coming at a very high altitude. At that places we can only employ this the concept of utilizing the wave energy. So in India, Gulf of Kutch, that is in Gujarat, where they are planning to utilize that this wave energy concept, utilizing this wave energy concept in India at Gujarat, Gulf of Kutch. And also the tidal power plant is also going to be started in the Gulf of Kutch, and the Gulf of Cambay in Gujarat, which is also in Gujarat also, and the Sundarban Delta, where in the West Bengal area, and some places are there where we are planning, the India is going to plant wave energy or the tidal energy plant there. So let's talk about, this is the wave energy, and let's talk about the tidal energy, how we can utilize the tides. So what are the tides? Tides come due to the gravitational pull exerted by the moon and the sun. The second one we have is tidal power plant. Tidal power plant. And this power plant utilizes the tidal energies of the sea or ocean. In every 24 hours we have tides. One is called high tide, another one is called low tide. When there is a full moon, the tides, the level of the ocean rises, and when there is no moon day, the level of the ocean falls. Automatically the water level in normal condition, in normal daytime, the water level of the ocean is, suppose this one, this is the normal water level condition, and in full moon day, the water level, the normal water level of the ocean will be as much as high as this, and in the no moon day, in that condition, the normal water level will fall up to this point. This is called a condition of high tide, and here we will have a condition of low tide. So can we utilize this rise and fall of the water during full moon and new moon day? As well as in every 24 hours there will be a high tide and low tide section in the ocean. It will be two times where we will get a high tide condition and a low tide condition in the ocean or in any sea. So can we utilize this energy, and this is what we call a tidal energy. So tidal plants are generally located in a narrow bay. Narrow bay means the place where the sea enters into a narrow space. That is what we call a bay. And again, I already said that the Gulf of Cambay and the Gulf of Kutch is the place where we are going to plant tidal energy. To utilize the tidal energy, we are going to set up a plant called a tidal power plant, because there is a narrow bay where sea can enter into that bay with a very narrow space. So what happens actually? In the passage of the bay, we can plant a dam, a retaining wall. So this is a retaining wall that we can plant in the passage of the bay. here we will have a bay area, and this is the sea or ocean. So during high tide, I am talking about the condition when high tide is there in the ocean or in the sea. So this is a wall, and this is a passage for the flow of the water, and in this passage we are going to plant a turbine wheel. This is turbine wheel. I am going to draw the turbine wheel very quickly. So this is a turbine wheel where when the gates are opened, this high rise of water, there is a rise of water in the sea or in the ocean, and here we are having less amount of water, very less amount of water will be there in the bay side. So there are the two sides which we have separated with the help of a retaining valve, and in the passage of the retaining valve we have located a turbine wheel which is connected to the generator also. This is a turbine which is connected to the generator. Now when the high tide is there in the sea, the water is allowed to go through the another side, through the passage to the another side, and when the water will flow from the passage, from this passage, the turbine wheels will rotate. So as the turbine rotates, the generator rotates, and when the generator rotates, the production of electricity will be there. So during high tide, the level of the sea or the ocean will be high, and we can utilize that potential energy of water at a high tide condition to go through another side of the bay. And now slowly all the waters from this side will be in this side. The waters will be slowly comes to another side of the retaining wall, which is a bay side. So, and now what happens after some time? There will be a low tide condition. So let's show a low tide condition in which the level of the sea will be below the normal level of the ocean. During low tide, the normal level of the sea will be much less as compared to the low tide condition and the high tide condition. So now in the ocean there is a low tide in the ocean. Now the water in the bay side is again allowed to travel through the passage towards the seaside. This is bay side, this is seaside. Here we have a ocean, and this is the passage. Now the water is allowed to travel across the passage towards the ocean side, and again as the water will flow from bay side to the seaside, the water causes the turbine to rotate again. So with the help of this high tide condition and low tide condition, we can produce the electricity, or we can rotate the turbine so that we can rotate the generator section, and as the generator rotates there will be a production of electricity. So this is how we can utilize the wave energy of sea, the wave energy of water, as well as the tidal energy of the water in the tidal power plant. So this is all from the tidal power plant and wave energy, utilization of wave energy. In the next video we are going to start ocean thermal energy conversion system, जिसे हम शॉर्ट में OTEC भी बोलते हैं. इसका जो एडवांटेज है वो ये है कि we can get the electricity production in all the 24 hours because waves and tides will be there. Daily the tides will come, daily the waves will come. No pollution is involved there. But the implementation of this project requires a high initial cost. So this is one of the limitation, that it requires a high initial cost to set up a plant like this in a sea area or in a coastal area. And the second thing is that the tides are not continuous. They are continuous, but sometimes it take a form of storms. So during that storm conditions, it may be possible the breakage of the turbine plant and the generator section may cause a damage. That is, storm may cause the damage out to this plants. So this is it from this section. In the next video we will start to learn about the ocean thermal energy conversion. Thank you so much for watching IndCareer videos.